Well, welcome back to Project Buddy. I'm working on something today, and then I totally forgot, hey, I should have put this on Project Buddy. So I thought, well, I'll show you where I am and what I'm doing. So, sorry, just don't always think about it. Sometimes I get in the middle of a project, and then I'm like, that might be a good idea. Oh, well. So what I've got here is, this is ductwork for up in our attic. So I'm putting these brackets around the ductwork. Well, that's sort of hard to see, but it goes way back there. And I'm putting wood on top, and then I'm going to take this excess panel board and I'm going to put it down the sides to totally close this area in. I know that that one is angled, and that's the way it is, and I actually lucked out because some of the wood that I'm using was totally bowed. So thought, what a perfect opportunity to use bowed wood. So this doesn't have to look gorgeous or real ornate because it's up in the attic. It's just a way to close this area in because it's always a pain in the neck to climb over it. I've got carpet on the other side that I'm just stockpiling in case there's, a carpet crisis, sort of like toilet paper from COVID. But just so that it makes it where, hey, it's a hard surface. I can step on it if I want. I just made the decision of the distance between them is almost like 16 inches, sort of like a wall. But it's not on center or anything like that. It's more like, hey, what matches up to the closest board? So in case I got to take that board up, I'm not in between boards. So that's where I am right now. I'm trying to finish it up. As you'll notice down here, it goes from 2 to 1. So I thought, well, I'll just make a smaller one there instead of keeping it the consistent size. Sort of save on some wood, and I don't know. It would save like maybe 9 inches. So 9 inches is a lot to some people. So that's where we are. So you're probably wondering, how is he doing this? This is just amazing. Not really. So I started out, I was putting some angle brackets in to hold the board in place, and I was like, why don't I just go in and just put one at an angle? And then I'm putting 2 screws on each side. So those boards are like 9.5 inches high, 18.5 inches wide. And then down there, they're still 9.5, but the middle piece is like 9. So that's how I'm sort of attaching them. So at least I got the main frame going. And then I realized I'm almost out of wood. I'm trying to use up all the wood I got. I did have to go out and get 2 2x4x8s, but that wasn't that much money. And then I got a fancy light to go down by my attic to give a little more light. So I've got like 2 more to go, or 1 more really to go. And then I should be able to work on the sides. I'm trying to think of using one of my fancy saws to sort of do it a little better. Up here, in order to keep the width, I notched out a little area. Got a little bit too much, but that's okay. It's just in the attic. So that's where we are. Okay, so back here, I've got about an 11.5 inch distance. As I said, I didn't have enough wood. So I just took a piece of wood and spliced it together with a bracket. Yeah, that's not beautiful. Thought the cut would have been better, but That's okay. It's not perfect. It's just for an attic, so it will be fine. Okay, well, I got all the framing in. I put down one more piece of wood, trying to keep it as close to the edge as I can. This will be a little bit different because I'm going to have to jig jog a little bit. On this piece, I'm going to just bring a piece of the trim over to here, or close, and then bring it back over. And I got it all the way back there, except you can't see because my shadow gets in the way. So that's where we are so far. And I'm standing on it, and it's nice and sturdy. That's just some of my scraps. As you can see, this was a little bit bowed. I'm just using some of, it's sort of like wood that you'd use on the side of a shed. I forget exactly what they call it, but I had some for a outdoor cat house that I built. So I'll get the tops put on, and then I'll start working on the sides. Okay, so I've got another board in here, and I cut it a few different ways so that I could get from one section to the other, so it sort of looked, I don't know what that dimension is, trapezoidal? Perhaps it is. I got my earring in my ear. No, that's an earbud. So I'm making a little bit of progress. I just want to get this top section done, and then I'll start working on the sides. Okay, there's one other goofy board. I've got one left to go. Okay, got that last piece in. So now I just need to come and put some sides on it, and we should be good. I'm sort of surprised how it turned out. It was a sawing nightmare, because you're trying to use old pieces of wood, and some of them are darker than others. And I just noticed I just keep looking at my handiwork. I always seem to do that. Anyway, so we'll start working on putting some sides in. Okay, so we got one piece on. I think it looks okay. One thing I'm thinking of is, yeah, I need to make sure all the other ones match exactly the same style of where those lines are. So as you can see, they have different lines in them. So now I have that challenge. One thing also, when I do panel nails, these are pretty long. Sometimes I'll use a drill and sort of countersink a little bit of the hole. That way, as you're hammering, it doesn't bend the nail if they're really long. These are, I don't know why I've got some this long, but maybe that's all they had. I don't know. It was just leftover stuff I had. So we'll keep going from here. Okay, well, I'm liking it so far. I've had to make some adjustments due to those angles, but I think they're turning out okay. If anything, some of the stuff with that I could fill in with like white caulk, so you don't really see it, but it's not, it's the attic where it's another room of the house, but it's not like ornate. So so we'll just keep going. Got not much longer to go, and I'm hoping I have enough of the board. So we'll see how it goes. It wasn't too tricky to cut the bottom, because it looked like I cut like on one side of the one of those lines, so made it a little bit easier. So we'll keep at it. Okay, so we've got one side done. I think for what I'm doing, it looks fairly decent. Do have some areas to fill in with like caulk, but just need to do the other side. But it's turning out pretty good. I don't know what I'll put on top. I might maybe find some old carpet or something that I could use. We'll see. Okay, so I finished it up. I got the same type of stuff on this side. That's just a piece of extra wood that I had. Might maybe put that green carpet on it. I don't know. So, turned out pretty well. It's not perfect, but at least it gives us something to stand on. Instead of possibly squashing the vent tube. So, hope you enjoyed. It's not perfect carpentership. I'm never going to, if that's even a word, not going to pretend that I am. I'm sort of learning as I go. I actually had a lot of tools that I was given for Father's Day or something, and I'm learning what maybe some of the saws would be good for, and etc. So, hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and thank you to all my subscribers out there. I'm at 97. I think I went to 100 and then lost some, so I understand that. I don't come out with stuff all the time. So anyway, thanks again, and hope you had a great holiday, and you have a happy new year, and who knows what we'll see in the future with Project Buddies. Take care. Bye-bye.